A very good evening, everyone. Welcome back to day 9 of our Microsoft Fabric program. We will be starting in a couple of minutes. So, if you know anyone who's yet to join, please ask them to use the same Zoom link and join us. A couple of quick reminders before we begin. Please make sure you joined using your registered mail ID, as attendance will be taken based on that. If you have any questions during the session, feel free to use the chat and don't spam the chat. Thank you. A very good evening, everyone. Uh, Welcome back to day 9 of our Microsoft Fabric program. We will get started in just a minute or two. While we are waiting for everyone to join, if you know someone who is here to join, please ask them to use the same Zoom link. And just a quick couple of quick reminders. So please make sure you have logged in with your registered email ID, as attendance will be taken based on that. If you have any questions during the sessions, just drop them in the chat. Trainer will look upon and clear your answers. So yes, don't spam the chat. Thank you, guys. A very good evening, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Welcome back to day 9 of our Microsoft Fabric program. We will get started in just a minute or two. While we are waiting for everyone to join, if you know someone who's yet to join, please ask them to join using the same Zoom link. Uh, just a couple of quick reminders. Please make sure you are logged in with your registered email ID, as attendance will be taken based on that. If you have any questions during the session, just drop them in the chat. Our trainer will uh, see your questions and reply to that. And thank you. All right, everyone. Thanks for your patience. Uh, Sir will be joining us shortly. In the meantime, let us know in the chat. Uh, Uh, Thank you everyone for your patience. Our trainer is just wrapping up another meeting and will be with us in the next few minutes. We appreciate your patience. We will be getting started shortly. Thank you for staying with us.
Hi, Tony. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So the participants are all set. We are excited for another session. So without taking much time, I will hand it over to you, sir.
Sure,
Have a
sure.
great session.
Yeah. So we can start now. Okay. So okay. When it comes to yesterday's session, we are going after, the power query, you know, so box office mojo we have, uh, published into Power BI services. So let's understand because it was almost last moment. So let's understand how it works uh, when you publish it, because this is one of the critical scenario. Uh, because if you don't have full-fledged experience or knowledge in terms of using Python or PySpark or SQL, then this is what basically mostly people use Power BI. Okay, because here you have flexibility in terms of using, without coding, you can do a lot of things. So that is the reason Power BI or Fabric is very popular together. When I say combination of Power BI and Fabric, why it's very popular? The simplicity, because the simplicity of the application like Power BI and Fabric. And Fabric is definitely a data platform which is applicable for advanced, data platform activities, creating pipelines and all for different processes, right? So that processes may, differ compared, when it comes to different domain, different industry. But when it comes to a start, so as a beginner, it's really important to have some, at least, as I said, like, you know, we don't have that much flexibility to complete or get into very much depth of Power BI or any of the tools which is associated to Fabric. So it may be Python, PySpark, or SQL. Even, you have DevOps, various activities are there. So this is again, whatever I'm telling you, it's all beginner level only, beginner to mid level. But when it comes to advanced, then you have multiple things are actually, uh, yeah, multiple different concepts are there for advanced activities. That is mostly related to security, infrastructure, storage, various other things, right? So as per our outlines of this course, we are going to focus on beginner level mostly. Most of the activity we are going to perform, which is relevant for beginners only. Okay. So when it comes to last session, we have just deployed this, you know, just one visual I have created and published it to, Power BI services, right? So in Power BI services, it was
Excuse
for,
me, sir. Sorry for interrupting. Your screen is not showing.
sorry.
Your screen is not visible.
Oh,
Like you are not
sorry.
sharing.
Yeah, okay, okay. Sorry for that. Fine. So we have just started and sorry for this uh, m- missing part. Okay. So yesterday we have, just gone through one of the example, how actually you can import data from website. So as I said yesterday, examples like you have multiple websites from where actually you can fetch data for different sort of analytics purpose. It may be a sports analytics, it may be finance analytics, or a stock market analysis, or you have, you know, va- various other like crimes related. So crimes related data or healthcare related data, movies related data. So all kind of data actually you can find on website live on various like websites are there. Probably not in India, but US government websites are there where actually you can find a lot of data related to healthcare, governance, crimes, even finance. So when it comes to finance, you need to look after more sophisticated approach. For that, you have huge competition. Like Yahoo Finance is definitely one of the pioneer, platform where you can find all the relevant data related to a stock market or finance related. But at the same time, you have some other platforms like Bloomberg. You have various others. Okay. If you just search like this, these are the very common things. Depends upon the interest. Like if you have interest into finance or a stocks, you can simply do the search like uh, financial data. So likewise, if you do the search, you will find the list. First, it is coming Yahoo Finance. That's what I have shown yesterday. So you can find all the details related to stocks, about quotes, historical prices, cash flow statements, and balance. So this is relevant for finance guys. Somebody who want to work on finance domain. So it's okay. So it's very much useful for everyone because even though you work as a software engineer or data engineer or data analyst, your domain may be finance, your domain may be supply chain, your domain may be various others, right? So, now things are changing. It's not a classical approach like, okay, I mean, since you're working as a data engineer or software engineer, then you need to just focus on your programming skill. You need to focus on more in terms of your technical part, right? So that is the like classical approach. That is a classical approach as of today. It was few years back when people were thinking that okay, when you are very much good in terms of programming, that is there as of today also. But when it comes to approach, it's very less. Companies are not keen in terms of just hiring programmers. They, they actually now after AI actually they are more focused in terms of somebody who understand the business, who understand basically domains like at least some common domains. Let's say finance is something which is very common for all of us. We all have some financials transactions and activities. Either it's stocks, either it's different sort of financial activities, right? So if you are not into business, then it's mostly like your banking transactions. So even though you do the banking transactions, you should understand that how, at least some basic understanding, how it works. Uh, Suppose you are not a stock investor, that's fine, but still a lot of people are actually investing in stocks. And one of the critical factor about stocks is that overall wealth, whatever wealth we have, basically around the world. So out of those wealth, let's say 100 rupees is there, 75 rupees are actually passing through the stock market. So whether you are involved in terms of as an investor, as an analyst, as a scientist, financial scientist, or whatever role you have in terms of finance, it may be a CA, chartered accountant, like in finance, you have so many different domain again. One second. Okay. So it doesn't matter whether you are an investor or anyways you are whether participating or not, but altogether, whatever money is floating around the globe, whether it's in INR or USD or pound, euro, whatever currency, right? 75% of those currency or revenue altogether is passing through a stock market. So now, as I said, like people is not going to just hire just because you have very good programming skill, but same time uh, that is there. I mean, as I said, like it's there. If you have very good skill in terms of programming, people is going to hire you. There's no issue. But that actually strength is now reducing. That strength is not like 5 years back, 10 years back. Okay, you don't need to worry about any particular domain, but you have very good programming skill. You are safe. So that number was huge 5 years back, 3 years back, even 10 years back. It was huge number. But today it's a reducing because of this AI revolution. All these AI, tools are coming, which is very much capable of doing a lot of coding, programming, all those things in seconds, minutes, right? Everything. So the kind of AI tools now emerging from US and China, it's very much capable of doing much more, in terms of normal graduates from even IIT or top colleges. Forget about secondary colleges, secondary engineering colleges, or further. So demand is there for programming as of today also, but numbers are or quality what they are looking after that is not can be matched by even IIT. Because if you see the data 2 years back, uh, IIT Bombay has just a 35, I think 35 or around 35% placements. But that may be just a shock wave, but that is not a case as of today. Definitely, there is a fair placements for all the colleges uh, as of today, like at least top colleges, you can say, uh, you know, 60-70% people are getting placed, whatever package may be. But that is not actually the trend for future. This is just a survival for next few years. So thing is, whatever you do, you should know the purpose, you should know the objective. You use programming, you should know that okay, where what purpose you are going to use it, how you are going to bring out some values uh, by doing all your technical knowledge. I mean, performing all your technical knowledge. What kind of value you can add in terms of finance, in terms of banking, in terms of supply chain, in terms of any sector, any domain. So that is the reason I am just emphasizing on that part that This Fabric platform is like data platform, same like other like Databricks and Snowflake. But altogether, major objective should be that you should be familiar with end-to-end activities, at least one or two domains. You choose healthcare, you choose banking, you choose whatever domains are available. At least choose one or two or three domains and be familiar with common terms. It's not like you cannot be, as a BTech graduate, you cannot, understand the things like how chartered accountant understand about the finance or banking, right? So your knowledge is going to be limited when you deal or try to understand about the finance. If you are not a CA or you don't have a financial, you know, professional degrees, right? You may not have that depth, right? So that is very common factors, but basic understanding is very important for whichever domain you are going to choose. Understand how it works, starting from scratch, and same time what how actually your technical knowledge in terms of programming, in terms of data platforms, in terms of cloud computing, and various other tools, whatever we are using, how it's going to make businesses more, like in terms of adding more values, right? So that is a very critical factor. Moving to this part, like what we did yesterday, you have a lot to do from here. I didn't do much in terms of ETL activity, and I have suggested you what you should do, and you should try to bring out something valuable from this data, right? So whatever you have in data set, you just think about that, understand that, okay, what can be done over there, what kind of calculations you should use, what kind of metrics you should use, so what kind of KPIs are there in, finance, or let's say any domain. It's very common things what I'm telling you that applies for even movies industry as well as sports and finance, banking, supply chain, retail, e-commerce. So many domains are there. Dozens of domains are there. At least be familiar with at least two or three domains that okay, you have some fair understanding about that particular domain or business along with your technical knowledge. So that is just a you know like some recommendation from my side to be successful in upcoming years, because it's challenging for most of the people, everyone else in India. Like it's uh, much worse scenario is already there, but in future we don't know. Maybe some extent it may improve, but as of now it's not very good scenario. Okay. So considering those factors, next, since I have published yesterday this, this visual, so and I have, suggested you how you can create different visuals based on this data. So first part, you improve this data set in terms of ETL activities. After performing ETL activities, you should create some visuals. So you have option to create here number of pages. So in one report, you may have 5, 10, 15 pages. So that is one of the one dashboard actually you are creating for the movies box office mojo. So think about your dashboard is all about the box office mojo. So in first page, you have some KPI, key informations. So when we say key information, so that is about just assume like you are using a card. So here we have, let's say this is a card and we want to know, let's say worldwide collections. So this is not well transformed data. So for that reason, we have to use this one. This is because numbers. So when we are, thinking about numbers, here actually you'll get this sigma icon for the numbers related fields. Other fields like date we don't have. These are all text actually. So only two fields you see the sigma. That means it's a number. So for cards or visualization purpose or any sort of metrics or calculations, you need to use a whole number or decimal percentage. So these are the options you have, right? So again, I'm just showing example. I have selected here remove characters that is about worldwide. So we can change that name as I have changed here also yesterday. So you can change here like say. So now you see this card is telling about 749 billion, and you can have something like number of card. So one of the cards says about like a complete sales. Just understand like it's about a complete sales value. Second card should show that it is like let's say sales, and then you have like pipeline. So I don't know how many of you understand the pipeline. It's not about only data engineering where we use a pipeline as a term. Pipeline is a very common term for many people. Even a plumber use pipeline. I mean, that term is very much relevant for a plumber also, right? But actually, by definition, it's same thing a data engineer do what a plumber do in terms of pipeline fixing pipeline or creating pipeline. So that is what exactly even data engineers do. But when it comes to other terms, so in terms of pipeline, so it's about even sales. So sales is one of the key term in business because whatever business you do, end of the day, it's a sales. If sales is not happening, then you cannot survive in that particular business. It's not going to, you know, it's not going to be successful, right? So sales is one of the critical most critical factor in terms of any business, right? So in sales also you have pipeline. So in sales also you have pipeline. So likewise, pipelines are, as per my understanding, after many years of experience, normally we know that if we have to fix a pipeline, then we need to call the plumber. But then we know that okay, who creates, who fix, or basically who build overall, a structure from scratch to successful end up. That is a plumber, right? And same thing, data engineers do. They need to do everything from scratch and then perform all the required activities to make a successful pipeline, right? So a start to end activity in terms of pipelines. That's what a data engineers generally do. But when it comes to sales, so in sales again, a pipeline is basically it's about opportunities. So when you have a product, you need to sell it. So then what is the role of here pipeline, or I mean how actually we are going to define pipeline? So pipeline is nothing but basically how you pitch your business to your potential customers, right? So those activities are phased into various phases. So normally 7 phases are there. So starting from 0 to 6 phase, so total 7 phases. Most of the big companies like Google, Microsoft, every company follows that. It's not like that only service-based companies. Every company follow those phases. So some company may be six, some company may be 8 phases also, but majority of company follow the 7 phases of sales, right? So that is also one of the critical factor for business, one of the most critical factor you can say for any business, whether it's IT business or any kind of business, I mean to say. So that is the reason just I emphasize on that. So understanding those factors that if you want to be a data engineer, then understand the relevant factor terms also, how it works. It's going to just motivate you to get into that direction that you are not alone to just perform all these weird things in data engineering, but even a you know plumber go through the same pain if they have to perform all those things from scratch to end, and same time various issues they are facing, right, in terms of maintenance, in terms of various other factors. It's the same, exactly same term. That is the reason it was people has called it a pipeline in data engineering. So data engineering is nothing but basically pipeline, right? So the terms is coming from basically plumbing only. Okay, fine. Let's move on. So this is how actually you can create multiple cards which shows like your key values about the particular business, and then below you can have like a bar chart, you have pie chart, you have some donut chart or different kind of visuals you have. So this is how actually you are going to create a KPI dashboard, and that is for management. So in top hierarchy, actually use this dashboard. Next level is going to be next level executives. Assume like vice presidents, directors. Those people are going to access. First part, definitely they will have access in terms of certain limits, in terms of access, again, the governance part actually. So uh, for management, it may be full access. Definitely full access will be given to management. But when it comes to second layer, like the vice president or directors or different leading other, next layer of hierarchy. So that is about, assume like it's in second phase. Then likewise, you have some 5, 10 hierarchy in one business or in one company, right? So for each of the layer, you have different report. So assume like someone is a beginner as a executive, then that person will have very limited access of the data. Whether they can, they, so they will be most likely they will be not able to access the page one, page two, page three, page four, and they're going to access only the whatever actually they need. Same time, so in business, like any company, you have like MNC and all. If you see, they have businesses across the world, various countries. So that is divided into like regions like APEC, North America, Europe. Then you have Africa. So many continent actually. It's divided into like regions, right? So one person is working for Europe, one person is working for North America, another person is working for APEC. So likewise, people are divided to work on that particular region. So this dashboard report is going to visible accordingly, uh, you know, in terms of those region. So if I'm handling APEC, that means I'll have access of only APEC region related reports and data. Okay, so global companies like assume like Microsoft. So Microsoft is basically one of the most popular company in terms of IT around the globe. So they have multiple regions. So one region people cannot see the data of another region people. So that is very much important because that is the reason we need all these IT infrastructure for various other purpose. We use this RBAC or IAM, or you say like Intra ID in Azure. So we use it for that purpose only. That is related to some security features. Okay. So this is just some glance in terms of how you can create dashboard in Power BI for various stakeholder uh, in different scenario and different business domain. It differs in every business, in every domain. It's going to differ, right? It's not going to be same, right? So fine. So whatever we have published yesterday, let me just to go through a little bit about that part, like because this is one of the tool which you are going to use in Microsoft Fabric uh, quite frequently. Okay. Because as I said, like various tools are there. It's not only Power BI. You have Looker, you have various other tools are there, but Power BI is basically ecosystem of Microsoft, right? It's a product of Microsoft. Even Fabric is product of Microsoft, including Azure and many more, like SQL Server. Then you have many like Office products, Microsoft 365. Many like I think Microsoft has the largest, uh, enterprise apps in industry, right, across the world. So Microsoft has a huge ecosystem compared to any other major IT company, including Google or Amazon. So probably when you try to compare the quality, Amazon could have, I think, one of the best quality in terms of their applications as well as the services compared to Google and Microsoft and even others. But again, AWS is a product of Amazon, that is a cloud platform and competitor of Azure, right? So AWS is definitely market leader because of the quality, the kind of quality AWS has. Because of that, it is market leader. But in second position, if Azure is there, in third position, if Google Cloud is there, then you cannot ignore. So when it comes to Azure, if it is in second place or third place, maybe like these companies are in top five. Like AWS is definitely market leader. Then you have Azure. Then you have GCP. Then you have Oracle Cloud. Then you have uh, even IBM Cloud. You have many clouds are there, but these three are most popular in the world, like Azure, AWS, and GCP, Google Cloud. Then one of other cloud which is getting a lot of popularity, that is Alibaba Cloud, and that is coming from China. So various companies are there in the US and China. They offer these services when it comes to quality. It's still Amazon, AWS actually stands out compared to all the competitor. But they don't have the ecosystem like Google. They don't have ecosystem like Microsoft. Microsoft is definitely market leader when it comes to ecosystem because they have hundreds of products, hundreds of market leading products, you can say. Uh, I mean, it may be not hundreds, but at least you can say dozens, dozens of applications, apps are there, which is basically, uh, best in the world actually, right? So that is the reason Microsoft Azure has advantage, even though by quality it may lag some extent compared to AWS or GCP, but because of ecosystem, it is very, again, very powerful. And those lagging things are, bit common, but if you compare in terms of quality, you'll find these orders like AWS or Amazon is one of the best. Fine. So let's move to our part here. So yesterday, whatever we have published here, that we have, yeah, this is a report, right? And we were just going through this part. So when I click on this report, okay, you can see same report is opening here in, okay, it is showing Fabric. So don't worry, it's the same in Power BI service also. I can change it to Power BI. So problem is, uh, fine. So don't worry about the workspace, whatever we are using. It's almost similar in terms of Power BI also. See, this is actually it is showing Fabric. So there is some lagging things, even though after switching to Power BI or Fabric, it doesn't change. But don't worry, even though if you use app dot Power BI dot Microsoft.com, you will get the same. when it comes to this Power BI tool, you will get the same in both. So don't need to worry. It is just, I think some navigation lags that, it is not changing when we are changing here, uh, Fabric to Power BI. So in this term, it's the same, so no need to worry. But wherever differences are there in terms of Power BI services and Fabric services. So I'm going to tell you that, that what is the difference, and even you can read it here also. Power BI, this is about find frequently used data, discover new data, and uncover insights, all built in Fabric. So this whole platform actually it works vice versa. You use Fabric, it's available for Power BI. Use Power BI, it's available for Fabric. Just to switch, you need to just switch to each other. So that is the reason here, even though if I close this or sign out and open, say this is the login what I used yesterday for Power BI. And that is actually activated for Fabric also. So that is the reason it is coming in hierarchy as a Fabric. But if you have only Power BI service, still it is going to be same only, same features, no difference. Okay. Wherever different features will be there, I'm going to show you that what it is. No need to worry. So now you see this is a report. We see what exactly we have created here in you know desktop, Power BI desktop, right? And here you have option like file, you can see save a copy, download this file, manage permissions. So manage permission is important in terms of yesterday I have shown you how to use this, right? So same thing, go back for the whatever options you see, embed report. Now embed report is really one of the critical factor for developers, very important factor, because you create a report, dashboard, everything in Power BI, or for that matter, you use Tableau or Python or any other tool like Looker and all. But end of the day, depends upon the objective of that project. So assume the objective is to, uh, publish your report to a established website like let's say Yahoo Finance. So as I said, like in Yahoo Finance website, whatever you see, uh, just open that. So this is a Yahoo Finance, right? So here, as I said yesterday, whatever visuals or some reports you see, uh, like this is also a visual, right? So similarly, if you just go down and see, this is also a report, right? So it's a live. Whatever changes are happening, you can see it's live changing. So this report in form of table, this is just a kind of table, is created in any tool. It may be Power BI, Tableau, Python, or let's say Looker or any app, any application. But you need to embed those reports in Yahoo Finance, right? So that is what here it means when we say embed report. And you can embed this report to SharePoint Online. See, this is not, as of now, it's not working. They have depreciated this feature as per my knowledge. This feature doesn't work. But the rest other like website or portal, you have like your internal portal in your company, or any other portal like Salesforce or Dynamics 365, ERP and all. Everywhere actually you can embed reports. So that is a feature you'll get here. Then publish to web public, that is about websites and all. Developer playground. So you can again play with this visuals, this dashboard on developer playground. Just let me show you this. This is about mostly TypeScript and JavaScript. Uh, you have to use. So you can see the I cannot go through very practically all of this, but at least I can show you the kind of features you have and how actually you're going to explore for like they say the by default it's JavaScript, but you have second option TypeScript. This is what I said. Both of this you can use in terms of creating better visual uh, or dashboard, because JavaScript has a huge potential in terms of creating very dynamic dashboards and reports. Very, very dynamic. So it's very much probably better than Python when it comes to browser. When it comes to browser, JavaScript is much powerful than Python, right? Same time you have TypeScript, which is subscript of JavaScript, right? So either of the programming you can use it to create your dynamic reports and dashboard for various purpose. And here, as you see, embedded report APIs. So I mean, this part is mostly about when you have to embed your dashboard reports into uh, other platform or website, or let's say some applications, ERP and all. For that matter, actually, you're going to use this playground. Still, it's not stable, so it's showing preview. So, yeah, but it's in preview mode for last couple of years. So people are using, even that's fine. But now, if you think like this kind of a report, so the kind of report generally we see, for example, like let's say Forbes, or you have Wall Street Journal or Bloomberg, you have New York Times, Washington Post, and many, BBC, even Al Jazeera, many, like website, media sites are there, right? So if you think how actually they create very dynamic, reports in their websites, and that is mostly we'll see live. So a certain event happens within few minutes, you will see the live all the reports about any event, any incident happening around the globe. So how dynamic their system in terms of reporting, in terms of analytics or analyzing informations. So they are using various tool. So definitely one of the tool is a Power BI, but Power BI is not a tool which is used by all these companies. Various other, most of the big companies they use R or Python, which is I mean open source. So they are using R and Python, but same time they are I mean different team, different uh, like for different project they might be using other applications also, but mostly R and Python. That is the reason R and Python has a very extensive visualization library. Very powerful libraries you will find in terms of visualization in Python, in R. Probably when it comes to visualization part, you will find much better visuals in R programming than Python. But it's like you cannot underestimate Python also. But quality wise, if you see compare, When it comes to visualization part, R stands out against Python. So that is one of the critical factor. These visualization libraries are uh, immersed in this R and Python. Same time, JavaScript is definitely, I think it's a future of like beyond Python. If you think anything, it's a JavaScript because all of us is going to work in cloud. It's all, like browser based, everything you're going to perform. And for browser, there is when you compare Python or JavaScript, JavaScript stands out, far beyond than Python, right? So JavaScript is definitely powerful, not today, since decades, one of the most powerful language, and even as of today. But the future demand is going to be probably much beyond Python also, because majority of things we are going to perform in cloud only. And for cloud, I think not I think, but most of the experts says that JavaScript has a potential to lead Python also. Okay, so suppose you, I mean, definitely most of you are beginner, so this is one of the critical factor that you should not avoid JavaScript. Definitely get into as much as you get into depth and learn it, not ignoring like okay, so just learning Python can help you for everything. Fine. So further, here you can see it's all just you can go ahead with these options related to operations. Okay. So fine. Give me a 10-minute break now, and we will continue by 8:05. Sorry, 8:03. Okay. 20. So we are taking a break.
Sure, sir. No issues.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm back. So, hi Tony.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So let me just look into some chat. Yes. So that's what I've shown you. Fine. No, it's not used for test purpose. It's used for further development of your dashboard and reports. So whatever generic reports dashboard you create in Power BI, beyond that, whatever some features you need to add, which is by default inbuilt features you have in Power BI. Using those features, you cannot do that. Beyond that, actually, you can achieve using JavaScript or TypeScript. So for that purpose, actually, we use the playgrounds. So whatever you have existing dashboard, you want to add more advanced features. For that purpose, actually, we use this playground. Okay. And so thing is, like if you look into any of this website like Bloomberg or Wall Street Journal, Washington Post or BBC, so their visuals or their, reports, if you see, lot of actually advanced features or something very unusual probably you may realize while going through those reports in terms of dynamics, right? So those things are by default not possible to develop in Power BI, including if you even though if you use Python here. See here you have option to use Python visual, right? Even R visual. So Python and R has definitely great potential in terms of visualization. Probably little, you can say little bit better compared to Python visualization libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, and all. Uh, so yeah, I mean in R you have ggplot. Yes, many others are there, but ggplot is very popular. Uh, so beyond that also, like say these libraries are like you know there is some limitation. But when it comes to when you are using JavaScript to further enhancement, right? So further enhancement, you can do it using those playgrounds. So that is a very next level. I'm just showing you for a motivation purpose because uh, we are not working on those things. That is not part of even our training. So you can get it basically from LMS. So if you have registered on LMS, you can access all these recordings. Okay. So that's all about playgrounds. So a purpose of and then cards actually I have shown you in dashboard here, like how to create cards and all. Say these are the cards. And you have obviously I have created simple cards. You can create a very interactive. How? By doing formatting. These steps are again very simple. You have option to use color, background, formatting, everything is there. You can see here, this is what options you have. Call out values. So that is about this number. So that number you want in like what font. You can see here font size, bold, color, all you can do it. See, it's changed, right? So you can just play around with this format in terms of any visual. It's not about only card, but any visual you have to select and go for formatting. So each of the visuals you have different formatting, and you should just explore that. Some sort of things may be a bit advanced, but I have already guided you yesterday that use, uh, you know, since this is just a kind of introduction of Power BI training. So, or any of the tools what we are using, it's just a kind of introduction, right? We are not getting into depth for any purpose, like any for anything. We are not getting into depth, right? So for that, you have option to use those documentations. The study, whatever I have shown you, right? Like this is about conditional formatting. Same times you can search about cards, you can search about even playgrounds if you want to search Power BI playground embedded documentation. You'll find it. So that is the next level. So, oh sorry, I've clicked on something wrong, but below you have the option for documentation. What is Power BI Embedded Analytics Playground? You can go ahead with this. You will be able to explore examples and a lot of things, whatever required to use your, sandbox uh, with, you can see here. So whatever coding you are writing, you're writing uh, for this objects. Whatever objects you see below, for a specific object, actually you are writing in terms of how it should react, how it should actually perform. Right? For that purpose, actually, you are going to write this TypeScript or JavaScript in Playground. So definitely you have some examples also here, and easy way actually will find everything. It's not, as I said, it's not programming documentation. So screenshots are there, step-by-step instructions are there. You can just try to explore, but not immediately. First focus should be Power Query, then visuals in Power BI. Then you have DAX, which I need to introduce you DAX as well, right? Then explore Power Query. So sorry, Power BI services. Let me show you that part now. Then we'll come back to DAX. Okay. So even today's session, it's extending to Power BI further, but I think today will end up. Tomorrow onwards, we'll focus on Python and PySpark activities. Yeah. So let's go back. Yeah. So this is in services. So just I have shown you this, whatever some options you have, even you have option to use generate a QR code for this particular dashboard. So using this QR code, you can access this, dashboard in your mobile device. You can read here now that you have created a QR code. You can scan it from your mobile device to access this report directly. To save the QR code image on the left, click the download. Yes. So it's the same like how you use your bank account, UPI and all, right? This scanner, right? For various purposes. It's not only for UPI. For various other purposes, you use the a QR code. So for this dashboard also, you can use this QR code to access into your mobile devices. Okay. So next important part you have here editor. So when I click on editor, now you see exactly same thing you have here also. What actually you have in Power BI desktop. Same thing. Data, go back there. Data, visualization. This is here it's a written builder. There it's a visualization. Same thing. Here you see the filter. You can expand it. This is a filter. Here also you have filter. So exactly what you can do in Power BI desktop, same thing can be done here also in browser. Some differences are there, but largely you can do everything. Almost 95% things you can do. Whatever you can perform here in Power BI desktop, in browser also, in services. Okay. So this is how actually in both platform, like say in one place, if you learn something, that is the reason I spent some time on Power Query, because the data flow is one of the critical tool which you are going to use in Fabric as a data flow. In Power BI services also, you are going to use as a data flow. Uh, and that is also important. Suppose if you don't want to explore programming for these reports and dashboard, for your, like whatever data engineering you have done on certain data set in terms of ETL. So for ETL purpose also, you are going to use Power Query, right? So most of the objectives can be achieved using Power BI itself in Fabric in terms of tools. And Power BI also allows you to use Python, R programming, go to playground, then you can use JavaScript, TypeScript. In Power BI desktop itself, you have some other languages are involved. So these codes are actually M language. As I said, these codes are basically M language. So these codes are basically M language, which is available in Power Query. In Power Query itself, you have Python to use it. That also I have shown you Python, right? And even R script. So everything in terms of programming, in terms of SQL queries, all those things you can explore using Power BI also. So you don't need to worry much in terms of which data platform you are using and why Power BI is one of the most powerful BI tool as of today, because it's a flexibility and ecosystem. You have flexibility to use Python in Power Query for analytics or ETL purpose. Same time, you have option to use Python in for visualization purpose here in Power BI desktop. And then when you go to services, there also you have use notebook in terms of PySpark, in terms of Spark SQL, Scala, all those things you can use it just using Power BI. And when you go for playground, then you can use JavaScript and TypeScript. So you can understand the depth. That is the reason I am spending a bit more time here, that you can understand the depth of this application. It works same like as a data platform. Power BI also works like almost like a data platform, like Fabric. So that is the reason Fabric and Power BI is it's a side by side. But your major purpose should be Power BI. I mean, usage of Power BI for creating, dashboard and reports. In case if you don't have much exposure in programming, then just use Power Query or data flow. Just using GUI buttons, you will be able to achieve everything, right? But you have option to use all the technical tools using Power BI also. So that much flexibility you will not get into any other tool like Tableau. So Tableau, you have to focus more and more just about SQL. I have not used Looker, but Looker also doesn't have that much flexibility. The way actually I mean, the kind of flexibility you have in Power BI. So one of the, one of the major reason behind the, popularity of Power BI. Then second most, second most reason is basically cheap. It's a very cheap in terms of licensing cost. So licensing cost of Power BI is very low compared to Tableau. Say Tableau charges around $50 per user per month. When you use the Power BI, it costs just around $7 per user per month. So you can see the kind of price difference, right? So definitely businesses will go for Power BI because it's a cheap, it's more flexible, it's more easy. You can also have option in terms of you don't know programming, just you can use UI buttons. So this is a kind of flexibility you have. Okay. So, these, so whatever I explained you, it's going to give you a complete picture that why you should explore Power BI and Fabric together end to end. Everything understand about Fabric, everything, understand about Power BI, and you can make a really great career in this domain because it in IT altogether, only two or three domains are in demand as of today. That is one is AI related all the roles and jobs. Then you have analytics. Then you have cybersecurity. So these are the some two, three domains are different. Even as of today, it's in demand and growing job opportunity. Like you have more job opportunities on this. But yeah, sorry to miss cloud computing. Cloud computing is very common with analytics or AI and for even cybersecurity. So cloud computing is becoming like a core of technologies now. You do AI development, you are using a cloud. You do the analytics, you use a cloud. You do the cybersecurity for cloud applications or cloud related activities, right? So cloud is one of the base, you can say like it's a core part for technologies as of today in IT. But on top of that, AI, analytics, and cybersecurity. These are definitely, as of now, also it's in demand. And when it comes to very specific to data platforms and analytics, uh, demands are growing in two folds. In last 6 months, it's had demand has been grown to two folds, more than two folds. So in future also, next 5 to 10 years, 100% it's going to be in demand along with AI. Okay. So fine, let's move to our now base part. So here I have shown you like about editing. So this is how actually you can change or you can create another visual. So quickly I'll create one more copy and paste it here. And this one I'm going to change it to pie chart. See, this is a pie chart I've created quickly, right? Further options, I will recommend you to just go through like view. You have many options. You can just read it and most of these things you can do it easily. Further, you can refer the documentation. Uh, then you have like mobile layout. Okay, so this is one important thing. See, generally, whatever you see here commonly, uh, so that is, sorry. Okay, so whatever we have created here, this is for desktop view. Here you can see this is for desktop layout view. Now, if you want to create this dashboard report for mobile devices, so same size will not fit to mobile devices, right? So for that, what you can do here basically convert into mobile layout view and here you can organize it. So you have, so visuals is going to be same. You have even option to create, like auto create mobile layout. That option is also there. So in Power BI, another very important feature is basically most of the activities are like, it's very much related to automation. You need to put a very low effort to create reports, dashboard, and all sort of analytics with a very low level of effort. Don't need to put so much effort to create all these things. And that is the reason everywhere you will see some AI features. You have even Copilot, right? Everything is integrated in one application. So here you need to just organize it. So this is our mobile view. Now how it should look like. Let's say this is the first visual. We want to see like this. Next visual should be in this order. So this way you can just organize it. That is what you have to do for like a system layout to mobile layout, right? So this is how it will look like in your mobile device. Or if you click on auto create, it's going to auto create. So current layout will be replaced. So now see, this is auto created. It didn't take, I mean, more than 1 or 2 seconds. So you don't need to do even manually. You can just click on auto create. It will take care, right? So these things you have, and further options actually you can explore when it comes to open semantic models. So this is one of the, again, further important case we are going to spend some time, because semantic model is very important for real-time activities. Apart from the activities what we are doing, one of the very critical factor is the semantic model. So for that, we are going to understand the relationship part, like a star schema, how it works. So for that also, you don't need to write SQL query here. Without writing SQL queries, you can create a relationship between tables. So we'll come back to these things again later. So I'll not spend time here. Just to move to further options, whatever you see, like manage permissions, manage roles. Uh, it's not like easy for me to go through each of these options, but as I said, like documentation, just read it and explore it. You will be able to do all those things. Okay. So, but semantic model, we are going to come back with, because we need to create this relationship with multiple tables. And so I need to show you end-to-end project, start to end, a mini project or capstone project. So there actually I'm going to explain this part. Okay. Fine. So I'm going back to now Power BI desktop here. So, so one of the tool we have missed here in Power BI, that is a DAX. See, Power BI is a basically mix of multiple tools. So it's not like just one, like just a Power BI. Power BI has a different tools. Power Query is a backend tool. You have DAX as another tool. You have services as another tool. You have data flow as another tool. Various tools are there. So even though if I spend just half an hour, 45 minutes for each of the tool, it may take a couple of hours. So that is the reason it's getting a bit extended for this Power BI. But further also, when I'll get into this fabric activities, you'll have some sort of Power BI related activities, that is a semantic model, and it's going to be a mixed kind of thing. So certain part you are going to perform using PySpark, Python. Certain part it is going to be in data flow, certain part into Power BI desktop. So all together we are going to create a capstone project, and those things will be explained in part also. It's not like after creating project, just to explain you, it is the last session, but before that, we will break down all those activities from scratch, like importing file from SQL Server, importing files from CSV or Excel file, even let's say like website or some APIs, and everything in terms of pipeline, ATL. Yeah, data engineering. When we say data engineering, then it's vast. When we say ETL, then just one part of pipeline. ETL is just one part of the pipeline. But apart from ETL, you have so many activities to perform in pipeline, which is nothing but data engineering. Okay. So fine. Cards. See, this is already explained you. But let me tell you. See, this indicates worldwide revenue for this particular data set. So this is a box office data, right? Like movies related data we have, where you have worldwide collection. So this card is what it shows: 749 billion worldwide revenue. But for which region, for which movie, that is not there. That is the reason it looks like 749. It never happened for any movie as of now. So for that, you have option here to create like year we have, right? So you can select. So when you select, let me show you for your queries purpose. So we have year here, right? So we will create a uh, slicer, and I'll select here year. So here again, we need to say this is how it looks like by default. But what we can do, go to formatting and change it to uh, tile. So in tile, now you can see each of the year you have visible. Click on any year, let's say 2026. See, for 2026, worldwide collection for top 200 movies was 16 billion. Any year you select, these values will change. 2000, you can see 14 billion. So likewise, you have to use these cards that, it's a single value which is really, significant, or you can say KPI. When we say KPI, that means a key performance index. Sorry, it's not index. 1 second. Hold on. Sorry. So it's a key performance indicator. Okay. Not index, key performance indicator. And so if you have to think like about your academics, so what is a key performance indicator for your academics, Uh, right? So your result, right? In the result, what are the things important for you? So that is a KPI, like your CGPA. Then you can break down into your subject wise, right? Year wise, semester wise. So that is your KPI, right? Key performance indicator. By that value, you basically somebody is going to evaluate your performance, right? That how you are performing in your academics. So similarly in businesses also you have like this. So in movies, Like here, it's not broken into various parts. But when we select just a year, you see these numbers are really important. So somebody would like to know just a year-wise values. So for them, definitely this is a KPI, right? So for KPI purpose, mostly we use for these cards. Okay, hope it's clear. Uh, you can try to explore other things relevant to that. Okay, so quickly we'll move to one of the last component we have in Power BI demand, that is about this DAX. Okay. Okay, so Tony, you need to look into the attendance. Hmm. Okay. So,
So,
yeah, uh, people are actually commenting that link is not active. So just see
yes,
it. Okay.
autonomous space.
Okay. So when it comes to DAX, DAX is basically data analysis expression. A full form of DAX is basically data analysis expression, and it's a functional language similar to Excel functions, how we use Excel functions. It's used in various other applications like Power BI, Excel. So DAX is basically used in various other languages, other applications like Excel. Then you have uh, Power BI, then SSRS, and probably some, I think in Microsoft ecosystem, maybe some other applications also. But for me, I have used only in these three applications. So DAX has, again, just two different data type. One data type is basically, um, you know, uh, numeric. Hmm. And another one is others. So in numeric, it is all about whole number, decimal, and currency. When it comes to others, it's about binary object and a string. Uh, so that's all about the data types of DAX. And as I said, like it's a functional language similar to Excel functions. So you don't need to much worry in terms of this theoretical part, but practically we are going to perform how actually you are going to use DAX functions. So first we are going to create a table. Here you can see we have option to create table. And when you put your cursor, what it says, write a DAX expression to create a new table. So I'll click on this. Yes. So table name, you can give anything, whatever table name you want to give. And then first, actually, I'm going to use a calendar function. So calendar function to create basically a period, a start from a particular date to a particular date. So let's say a start, put a start date. Again, we are using, see, another thing, any functions which you use for DAX, for that you have definitions here. What calendar means, that is basically return a table with one column of all dates between a start date and end date. So a start date, we have to give here date. Date is another DAX function. what it says, returns the specified date in date time format. And these are the parameters you have: year, month, day. So year, let's say 2020, month 01, day 01. So that is a start date, comma. Again, for end date, use the date function. And here also you have year, month, day. So it's a 2026 and month 12, day 31st. So this is the table we have created now. You can see the date starting from 1st January 2020 and its end uh, 31st December 2026. Right now, from this table, suppose if you have to extract a year, so here new column. So new column basically you can create based on existing column, which is also called calculated column. So calculated column is nothing but basically creating a new column based on existing column. So new column, and here let's say year. So year is also a function, and you can just pass this date. So here actually you have to type table name first and then column name. So table of date is basically table. Here you have table name and date is column name. So now you can see year has been extracted. Similarly, you have option for month, day also. Go for new column, say month. And month is also a tax function, and you can just pass the date. As you can see here, it shows date, and definition you can see returns a number from 1 to 12 representing the month. So month for that, okay, so for that table of date, that's all. You're getting similarly, you can get for day also, days also. I'll go for next quarters, which is important. So quarters in a year we have 4 quarters, right? So go for quarter is also a tax function, and here table of date, enter, and you can see we are getting 4 quarters. Maximum 4 quarters you have in a year, and months also maximum you have 12. Similarly, you can day also calculate. Now weeks. So how you can calculate weeks? Basically based on this date. So new column. So here you have two options. One is a weekday and one is a week num. Both we will do it. So weekday means returns a number from 1 to 7 identifying the day of week of date. So weekday, and here again we have to pass the date, then return type. So table of date, and then comma, return type, like one indicates uh say one indicates Sunday 1 through Saturday 7. If you go for 2, Monday 1 through Sunday 7. 3, Monday 0 through Sunday 6. So ideally we should use 2 because we generally follow Monday to Sunday, right? So 2. Now you see, so this particular date, like 1st January, is basically third day of a week. 2nd January is a fourth day of week. 3rd January, fifth day of week. So likewise, you will get for every week. Now you have one more week days. So sorry, week num. Week num is about in a year you have 52 to 53 weeks. So that actually we are going to calculate using week num. So here again table of date and comma. Here see one indicates week begins on Sunday. Likewise, 11 week begins on Monday. So like, these are the some options you have. We generally follow week begins on Monday. So I'll pass the 11 here. That's all. Now you see, uh, maximum 53 weeks will be there, right? In a year, maximum it's going to be 53 weeks. Now you have to generate some random number. Let's say it's a sales ran between. So returns a random number between the numbers you specify. Bottom and top number they have to specify. Let's say 1,000, 5,000, enter. So between 1,000, 5,000, a random number will be generated. You can see here, right? And using this, you can create now another dashboard. The new page I have taken, go to data. Here you have the table which we have created. You can see. So you go for year. As of now, it is taking as I think sum. So it should not be sum, right? I have explained you this part. So no summarization required for years. And then you can select here sales values. So you see year-wise sales, we have it here. So if you change to some different visual, uh, so year is showing blank here. Okay. Years we have different, right? Oh, I think I have something wrong here because of that. It's sorry. So for each of the column, these formulas looks like yeah, it's there. So I need to correct this one. Okay, 1 minute. Calendar date. Now you can see year wise you are getting the sales value. Further, you need to do the formatting, right? So these values you can increase, decrease, or whatever some other options you have, right? Similarly, you can create a weekly report. So by default, I have shown you here, like when you select date, it creates a hierarchy, like day, month, quarter, year. But what about a weekly report? So you can, instead of a date, you can just use weekdays. It should not be sum, so you can change here, do not summarize. So now this is a weekdays. And week wise, you want to have sales. So you can see it's a weekly sales. Now, since we have multiple years, so how to handle? You can create a slicer here. So in slicer, you can place uh, years and change the formatting to tile. Slicer setting, tile. Select a year. See, for that particular year, you have this weekly report and this is a pie chart. So similarly, if you add further, we have just date related fields here, right? Otherwise, you can use the category here also, and create. So this is how actually you're going to create. This is a rough, like roughly I'm doing these activities, but you can organize it in the right order, right way for creating dashboard and reports. So it's going to be very interesting. Because you don't need to focus more in terms of your coding, but just a bit be logical or understand the domain knowledge at what you have to perform, what kind of calculations are performed. So for calculations, you can use this DAX function. Further, we have measures. So measures are basically temporarily stored into Power BI memory. So it occupies very less memory. And when you create a calculated column like this, it occupies more memory. So unless it's very I mean, unless it's urgent, you should always focus on creating measures than these calculated columns because it occupies more memories. So here, let's say if I want to do sum of sales using measure. So I've clicked on measure. Here you can see we have function like sum and just pass a column. So it's a table of sum sales. That's all. Now this is the icon which indicates a measure, and it's not going to you cannot see that measure here. Okay, so it's a temporarily stored in Power BI and you cannot see here, but you can visualize. So now here you see I'll just create card here. So go to card and mention select that measure sum of sales. See, this is a 1 million sales. As a card, we are visualizing. Further formatting options you can do in terms of, suppose if you don't want it to millions, you can just change it to uh, under values, you have units like millions and all. Okay. See, somewhere you have this unit. So in units, you can set like thousands. So now you can see, oh, so if you don't find, you can search here. It should be there somewhere. Just now we found it, right? And it's not there here. In properties, data format. So this is about whole number, decimal and all. But units also you will find somewhere. Mm, Okay, so I don't know. Suddenly it's disappeared. What happened? I don't know. But you will get the units. So you can convert millions to thousands, billions, and all. So a certain glitch, but it's very common. You will find it. Units you will find. So you can convert into thousands, billions, millions, whatever, or raw number. You will be able to do that. Okay. But you'll try some other time. Maybe some glitch here. Due to I don't know something wrong. We have clicked. Okay. So many options are there. If you explore, you will find a lot of interesting like background. So you can change the background color. Say this is a background color, right? Likewise, even font you can change here now. Let's say white. So now it's looking nice, right? So likewise, you can do the formatting and create interactive, nice visual. Okay. All together in capstone project, you will have very interactive, a very nice dashboard, which I'm going to share with you for your learning purpose. And you can explore that. But when it comes to, like DAX or any other Power BI tools, so we are concluding today Power BI altogether. But when it comes to Fabric, some workloads and all, where we have to use semantic model, there I'm going to focus again on star schema, how actually we do the data modeling. So that is going to create a connection with Power BI again, little bit in depth. Okay. Meanwhile, if you have any questions about Power BI, feel free to ask in comments. I'll see as much as possible. I'm going to explain. Else, moving forward, we'll start with our Python and PySpark. Hmm. So it's all about link. Okay, so Tony, what is the issue in terms of this link?
It's actually there was a technical glitch, but now it's resolved and the link is working properly.
Okay, so don't worry. Tony is going to take care. Uh, no need to worry. We will consider this part if it is not working.
Yeah, actually, sir, Ahmed is here from Excel. So now the link is working. So I shared into the chat box. They can submit it now.
Hmm. Okay, so let's see. It is working fine. Uh, okay, so today we are going to wrap it up now. Just let me see some other message. Hmm. Okay, so it's all good to go. Uh, about attendance, don't worry. You know, Tony is going to fix it. No need to worry. Okay. Tony or Amar, they are going to fix it. And now you have still half an hour. I think till 9:30, you can update this. So just try once again. If it works, fine. If doesn't, then Tony, please, take care of that part. And it's all over to you now.
Yes, sir. So actually, Tony is facing some network issues. So on the way about Tony, Amar is here from Excel team, guys. So I already shared the attendance link in the chat box, and it's working fine now. You can submit the attendance compared back now.
Okay, so we are concluding. Okay, so we are concluding today's session. We'll connect tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
so 1 minute, please hold on because please share the link of formatting documentation. Okay, so Janvi and all of you, just 1 minute. Uh, so here, basically, all the documentation you will find on this website. Just be a bit smart to, like let's say, visual formatting. Visual formatting in Power BI, Microsoft documentation. Just search randomly like that, you will get it. It's very popular uh, documentation. You'll find it. See, getting started, formatting report visualization. This is what you can use it. I will just send the link uh, right away. You can just go ahead with these formatting options, okay? So you don't need to search for each of the tools or like features, separate documentation. Just export this documentation all together. Everything is available here only. You need to just navigate, okay? Go through these articles, different tabs and all. Below also you have different menus. So just try to explore. You will get it like or just download this PDF and then at least first you go through the TOC and then you will get the idea that how you can access all those features related documentation. Okay. So I will just paste it here. Okay, Janvi, you can use this. All of you can use this link for visual formatting. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, so dear students, I hope everybody marked the attendance. If not, I'm just resharing into the chat box. You can just mark it one more time. Okay, so if you missed on that, you need to fill 2 times. If you missed or if you not filled as of now, you can just refill that. And we're good to conclude for today's session. Thank you so much for joining on a day 9 and we'll see you tomorrow.